I have shown you blind second Kashtira, but how about we make a Kashtira that can actually go first? So right here we have what I like to call Kashtira control. Now I will say this is not like a crazy broken deck still. But I do think actually this thing can go both first and second and puts up a respectable board. So let's check it out. The whole idea is that even if you're not opening Kashtira cards, you can use cards like Instant Contact, Rise Hard, Ogre, basically like random level 7 extenders, even if it's just Instant Contact and Rise Hard or Ogre and Rise Hard, which is normally no combo. You go into Tomahawk. Tomahawk makes 4 tokens. 2 of those tokens go into Win, 1 of those tokens goes into Link Spider, and then you can make a Yugioh for 4 materials, which will draw you 4 cards, and then you place 3 cards on the bottom of the deck. If in those 4 cards you finally find your Kashtira cards, you can now special summon one, like for example Fenrir or Unicorn, and then you can get yourself your birth or your follow-up. This means that any 2 level 7s actually still makes a Kashtira board, I mean just Fenrir Unicorn control, which isn't bad by the way. And you will also have drawn into one of your 1 billion hand traps. So the point is basically, which is something that happens often in TCG, you are just playing a control game with Kashtira, where you have a combination of Fenrir, Unicorn, Birth, and hand traps, and just gradually grind your opponent out that way. And I feel this works even better thanks to Max C, and also we have Pot of Desires at 3. But so you will see in the gameplay actually, I had just had these boards where it's like Unicorn, Fenrir, Birth, some hand traps, GG. Or even the Yugioh play I just said, put up the Fenrir again, and once again we just are backed up with so many hand traps thanks to Desires already. It's like pretty solid. Dimensional Fissure is also crazy good, and again, thanks to Yugioh, you're almost always going to draw into it even if you're only running 2. So that's the theory. I do like it quite a bit, but let's go into the specific list. So first of all, we have 2 Veiler. I do notice clashes a little bit with Dimensional Fissure and Dimension Shifter, but overall, I still think that it's quite important to just have a solid amount of hand traps that we can use. Also, it's a spellcaster for Selene, which can also come up. Then we have triple Maxi because Maxi is broken, triple Ash because Maxi is broken and we want to counter Maxi, but also, again, it's a solid hand trap. This is especially going to come up when we play Baron and Chaos Angel, by the way. 2 Mourner, this is basically effect failure, but level 3. So once again, it can make Baron and Chaos Angel, and it is also just once again going to be part of that controlling type board. Fenrir, Unicorn, some hand traps. Then we have triple Rise Heart because we do want to get access to Kashtira boards, and this is the way to do it. This together with our Birth is going to be, you know, all of the Kashtira cards, but this together with Instant Contact and Ogre is also still going to be the Tomahawk play. Then we have 2 Shifter. This is of course our FTK against Tier and other decks, which is really solid. It's also a spellcaster actually, so in the grind it can actually be gotten back with Selene, which is pretty funny. Then we have 2 Fenrir, of course, the heart and soul of the deck. We have 2 Unicorn, also the heart and soul of the deck. Also, if you want to have like more in-depth explanation, I have a blind second Kashtira deck profile where I go a bit more in depth, so you want to check that out. But after this, you will still see gameplay, so it should still become clear anyway. Then we have 2 Ogre. This is just a level 7 extender. I do not play the trap that this searches because that trap is ass if you don't have, you know, the full Kashtira stuff, if you don't have a Rise Heart, if you don't play like Big Bang, Shangri Ira types of stuff. If you don't do any of that, preparation really isn't worth it, and I find the 5 zone lock extremely cope without Theosis, Field Spell, Big Bang, and so forth. So we're not 5 zone locking, we're not coping on the 1 in 100 games. Then we have the reinforcement of the army. This is just a Rise Heart searcher because, again, a Rise Heart is basically going to be combo together with Unicorn, together with Ogre, and together with Birth. So we actually kind of want to draw Rise Heart, interestingly. Then we have triple Pot of Desires. This card is crazy. This card is a draw 2, which will draw us into all of our non-engine. It will draw us into our Imperms and our D-Fissures and our Maxis and basically everything. Sometimes even into engine. 2 triple Tactics Talents is just one of the best board breakers I find going second, so I felt it was worth it. Also, if we get ashed on Pot of Desires, we could still draw 2, which is actually very relevant. 1 Pot of Prosperity because consistency is everything. Like, this deck doesn't have a lot of starters, so we're trying to just get them ASAP. But do note that if you activate Prosperity, you cannot do the Yugioh play, or vice versa. Then we have triple Instant Contact. This is to make a level 7 extender, being Glow Neos, and that level 7 extender can then be used to make either Tomahawk, any of our Xyz plays going second, or Baron, or Chaos Angel, because Chaos Angel can then not be affected by monsters because our level 7 here is actually light. So a little cool trick. Then 2-dimensional Fissure, because it is still an FTK against Tyr, and Tyr is still the best deck right now. And then we also have triple Kashtira Birth, because together with Rice Heart it is full combo, together with Fenrir it is full combo, together with Unicorn it is full combo, and full combo again is just Unicorn, Fenrir, Birth. That's like a board. Finally, we have triple Imperm against basically the best hand trap against Tyr, and also just generically good. So again, we're going to try and set up that Unicorn, Fenrir, Birth, and then just a bunch of hand traps. Then extra deck. So Glow Neos, again, level 7 extender, that's also a light. Baron, this is just good. You know, again, if you're playing one of these grindy games with very minimal but powerful cards, Baron is usually going to be really solid. You know, we're going to normal summon some of these hand traps together with all of these free level 7s to make free Barons. And then our boards can be like Baron Fenrir, Baron Unicorn Fenrir, Unicorn Baron, and so forth. Chaos Angel will come up sometimes. This will just be if you have a hand trap plus an instant contact. This is still a boss. Like, this is absolutely insane. A lot of decks cannot out it. Tyr can only basically out it with Perlerino and Sulik. And Perlerino is at 1, so good luck with that. Then Big Eye. This is, of course, a crazy card with rank 7s. You just steal anything. And like I said in my previous profile, this is also a dark spellcaster. So you can actually Big Eye, steal something from your opponent, make it dark, take something from your opponent's grave, dark plus that thing makes Selene, and then Selene revives your Big Eye to go instantly into an access code talker. So against any deck that plays darks, Big Eye is actually a 1-card access code talker. And Fenrir is a 1-card Big Eye. So Fenrir is basically access code talker. Then we have Tomahawk, of course, the heart and soul of the deck. I think without Tomahawk, this deck is not consistent enough. There's not enough like card combinations that create 2 level 7s on the board that lead to anything without Tomahawk. Tomahawk is really the heart and soul. Then we have Draco Sack and Dark Armed. These 2 cards just remove stuff from the field that can be annoying. Also really cool is that you can go like Dark Armed, pop some things, and then make dark with it, because it is still a dark, and then take something from your opponent and still do all the Selene plays. And then we have Infinite Track Mountain Smasher. This card is so good. This basically makes a 4 material Zeus, because it can attack over something and then suck it up. In the first duel of the gameplay section of this video, you will notice I didn't have Mountain Smasher, and I was annoyed because it was actually really good in that situation. So then I added it, and then in the coming duels, I do end up having it really solid. Then our Zeus, of course, board wipe stuff. Link Spider, only here for the combo with Tomahawk. Though technically you could also turn the tokens from the Mecha Phantom Beast into Link Spider if you need that. Then we have Win. So Win is only here to turn the tokens from Tomahawk into different named monsters for our Saryuja play. And I figured if I want to have like something random that's a link to, it might as well be useful. So if our opponent plays Winds or even Kashtira, we can turn, you know, these tokens both from the Draco Sack and the Tomahawk into a Win and try to steal something from our opponent. So that's pretty cool. It could also give us access to Access Code Talker if we already used Veiler, because it is a spellcaster, so it can make Selene and then get, you know, little niche things like that. But overall, it's just going to be fodder to make Saryuja. I think in my initial list this was an IP, so that the Saryuja cannot be destroyed, but I mean, I think the Win is going to come up more. Overall, any link to will do that you can make with the Tomahawk tokens. Then Dark, this thing I think does come up a fair bit more. Of course, nothing in your main deck is really going to make it, but a bunch of your cards in the extra deck will. At first, I was also playing a Dark target for instant contact, so it would come up even more, but I had to cut it to make room for my Mountain Smasher. Now, if you notice the Mountain Smasher isn't coming up for you, put a Dark Neos in here, and that way you can make Dark even more easily. But usually, I'm going to be making it with Big Eye and Dark Armed. I think you will actually also see that in the replay. So then Dark goes into Selene. Selene gets back Big Eye or Effect Failure. And then finally, we have our Saryuja for the Saryuja play and Access Code Talker for the OTK lines. So that is basically the idea of the deck. And now I will show you some gameplay. So in this deck, we do go first. And this is a hand. Not a great one, but it is a hand. Let's go Birth. It's funny how we kill our own Veiler with Dimensional Fissure, but I think we have to. Okay, we'll use our Dark Neos, because Glow Neos is too useful for like Chaos Angel stuff. Okay, I guess I straight up forgot we don't play Shangri-Ira. I mean, I think Tomahawk is better, so it kind of makes sense, but alright, let's see what we get here. So we get rid of these 2 materials, and we make all of our tokens. Yep, and then we make IP. And then we make a Link Spider. Yep. And now we make a Saryuja out of this. Yep. A big ol' Saryuja, which will draw us into cards. Hopefully, some hand traps or Fenrir or whatever. What are we returning to deck? So 1 Birth, 1 D Fissure, and I'm guessing Veiler as well. Okay. Oh, I guess we should have sent Prosp. Oh well. Next, we will Kashtira Birth. We will normal summon this. Make it bigger. Effect Fenrir to grab. I think Rise Heart is pointless, so I think I just want follow-up. Yeah, I'll grab follow-up. I don't think the special summon does anything, honestly. So we'll just birth into a unicorn, because it's not a bad interrupt at all. Let's Dimensional Fissure for good measure, and then set 1. Normally, I'd like this to be more backed up by hand traps, but it is what it is. Let's see what Kashtira Control can do. Maybe they're a tier player. That would be hella funny. Super Poly? No shot! No shot! We got super polyed for Fenrir Saryuja. No. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is awful. That is so funny. They're going to Baldrake my Neos. This whole game is a clown fiesta. I love it. Okay. Tidying, special summon something. On-res unicorn, please. May I please unicorn? Okay, and wait, what is this? And I also wanna... Oh, they're gonna try and dark, so... Wind. Why would you call wind? Okay, and then we imperm the Chamber Dragon Maid, because I don't want them adding. Though, to be fair, Birth can banish after spell activation. No way into that. Striker. Are they playing full Dragon Link? No shot, right? We're just getting rid of Shio. Alright, get rid of that. Unicorn is like pretty good. Like a lot of people, obviously Kashtira is like much weaker right now, but a lot of people are disregarding how good Unicorn and Fenrir are on their own. Send a Dragon Maid card. Okay. Please send the monster and forget about D-Fissure. Please. That'd be awesome. Aw. I'm so confused. Why would you not seal my unicorn away before letting me birth? Oh, okay. Oh, but I can't birth because there's only 2 cards. Okay, I understand. Called by Tomahawk. Why would you banish the Tomahawk of all cards? I'm sorry, I'm getting used to playing Kashtira without any good cards. Alright, so they don't have anything else, right? Despite the funny super poly, haha. Mourner, okay. Oh, is he gonna call Light and make it, yeah, make it untargetable? Fair enough, but we can still Zeus. God, now I wish we were playing Infinite Track Mountain Smasher. We can still Zeus. But Zeus into losing all my follow-up is kind of awful. Yeah, Zeus into losing follow-up is bad. Is it make Baron crash? Maybe it is make Baron crash. I think it's make Baron crash. Okay. It's funny how that's the play, but it is what it is. I do think Infinite Track Mountain Smasher should be in this deck now that I'm playing more. I think I'll prosp for 3, like any kind of card that makes me play the game. So I think we get rid of Draco Sack, this, and Zeus. Hot take, Unicorn, Mourner, Pot of Desires. I think it's Desires here, and then we use it next turn. I don't think they play true Fenrir Dimensional Fissure Birth. Yeah, alright. But this deck does need Mountain Smasher, that's very obvious now. Standby phase, main, okay. End phase. That's what I like to see. So now we have OTK. We got there in the end, boys. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, let's see. That's a hand. That's a really nice hand. There are 47 cards, so it's probably not tier. Might be dragons. Okay, how are we gonna play this out? I think I'll start with Kashtira Unicorn. Then I'll activate Unicorn effect. We're going to get ourselves a birth. Then we're going to special summon Rise Heart. I could have technically maybe normal summoned it, going for a better Saryuja line or something, but I don't know. Probably fine. Effect Rise Heart, banishing the Fenrir. Then we'll activate Birth. We'll use Birth effect to special summon back out our Fenrir. Then Fenrir effect. We always want to have the Fenrir back in our hand for follow-up, because like normally in the TCG you would go like Unicorn for follow-up, but that's only because you would Theosis then, but we don't have Theosis. So like instead Fenrir is now the best follow-up. So now we can freely Desires, draw ourselves 2 cards. Okay, solid, I like it. This is good. We can just pass on this, I think. Yep. So right now we're basically playing with like 2 hand traps, solid follow-up. And then 3 of these. That's good. Yeah, so here they're getting fucked. Unless that's the bait. Maybe they're trying to bait my Fenrir. I'll still chain Maxi though. But I mean, this feels like I need to banish this face down, I think. They're using like the special. Okay, that's good. I mean, we're still banishing it face down with Fenrir every time here. That's even better, honestly. The fact that we're like getting rid of the Dark Magician there. So now Unicorn gonna take a little peek in their extra deck. Let's see what they got going on here. So a bunch of multiples. Ooh, Avermax, but we can out that with our TTT. So I'm guessing, honestly, I don't know Dark Magician well enough to really make a call here, but I think I'll just get rid of this. I don't know. Magic Kuribo. Okay. I mean, they're just dead, right? Like, let's first see if we can bait anything by using some effects. Honestly, I should have probably done Fenrir first in case they have Troll. Oh, okay. I'm gonna special summon a Dark Magician. Let me upstart Goblin real quick. Alright. Next we will Fenrir. I guess we'll get Rise Heart here. I think we want to Dark Armed pop Eternal Soul. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Alright. And look at our hand. Like, Kashtira cards are insane at plussing. So we're going to detach the Unicorn. We're going to kill the Eternal Soul. Yes. And then we'll banish, I guess, our Unicorn. Okay, that's that. I guess we can do the same for that face down. Okay, banish the Maxi. And now we should OTK. So this Dark Armed thing can't. But we can Dark take their Dark Magician, which is funny, I guess. Yeah, so we'll Birth into the Unicorn. Then we'll Dark, take Dark... Oh, we could do Magician Souls, actually. Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, let's draw some cards. All right. Let's draw some cards. Pretty good. Oh, Dark Magician could have been used for an Xyz play as well. Okay. And then we make a big ol' access code. If they have Nib now, I'm gonna cry, though. There are also a lot of plays we could have done. We could have technically made Chaos Angel. We could have made, like, Baron. We could have made so many things. Yeah, I guess we'll special summon this and then just go for game. Then even through Nib, we can still normal summon Fenrir. Battle phase. Boom. So that is all. This is basically the best I could come up with so far for Kashtira in Master Duel. Again, we are dealing with the tiniest Kashtira engine possible. It is not super mega insane just yet, but I do think this is like close to the most respectable version of it you could have right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you soon. Ciao.